Open it up. Okay. So welcome everybody. My name's Susie McRae from Amherst, Massachusetts in the United States. I'd like to welcome everybody. Today is a public guest webinar where you've been invited to learn about a business called OnPassive. I am an extremely proud global founder for this company, and you're going to learn today how you too can become a founding member. And after the presentation today, people on the panel will share a few words, and then I'll give you instructions about how we're going to do the Q&A. Today's Q&A is for our guest only. So welcome guests. Today is all about you. And we will turn the chat back on when we get into the Q&A. So I'd like to introduce our first speaker. His name is Marty DeGarmo. He comes to you from the state of New Jersey in the United States. For over 17 years, Marty was in the corporate world as a project manager traveling across the globe. And then after that, he got into online marketing, and he has well over 15 years experience in that. Marty has seen just about everything, and he is a servant leader. He's here to help people and to help people be successful. And he's going to share with you why he jumped on board with OnPassive. So listen to Marty because he has some great wisdom with online business. Okay, Marty, if you are ready, I'll have you take it over.
Susie, thank you very much. Hello, everybody here on the panel. Today you're invited, what is it, the 3rd of August already? Oh my God. You're invited here today to hear about a business that we will prove to you in the next 45 minutes is a one-of-a-kind business. Everyone, anyone, anywhere can be successful with this business, and that's why I'm here. That's why I came here to begin with. I started online back in 2004, and I needed to make extra money, and I saw people online were doing it. Things were picking up really strong on online, the internet highway, as they said. And I got in, and I can't remember what first business I got in, but they were, I knew as time went on, they're all pretty much the same. But I got in, did what I was told to do, had a monthly payment that you have to pay for every company just about to buy part of the products, and I did that. And what happened was, in the beginning, well, at least for many years, 5 to 8 years, maybe 8 years, I lost money. And I got in because I found out, I thought maybe it was the business first, and then found out it's not just the business. You need skills. You need to know how to drive traffic to your website, no matter what business you're in, whether you're an affiliate, if you're email marketing, whatever you're doing, you have to learn some skills to get traffic, because the company and the so-called gurus will not do it for you. It does not happen. And of course, I was told, well, if you listen to me and do what I do, you'll be very, very successful. Well, it sounded good, but I found as time went on that the gurus could not duplicate what they said they could, because they can't. And the ones out there now that say they can't either. That's why you have a Tony Robbins. You don't have Tony Robbins and everybody I brought with me. He's a motivational speaker. Yeah, he gets people pumped up, but can he make you successful? I doubt it very much. The system has to be different for you to have a chance. You can't be there unless you're there. Well, about 9 years ago, I met Mike Ellis here. I knew at that point I had to learn how to drive traffic. So together we marketed. I learned how to market. We could market. We built large teams. But what happened to us then, which was just as bad, really. You get into business, you think it's good, you're not sure. You build a massive team, or a good sized team, enough that you could live comfortably from, 6, 7 figures easy. And what happens? These certain things happen every time. One is the next morning you get up and the company's not there. You can't even find it. You couldn't find it with a magnifying glass. Or the business is there and they changed the whole model on how they pay. So all the rules changed. You have to up your auto ship. You have to dance and jump through hoops and everything else. So, and on top of that, even if we could adjust, and we could never bring anybody with us. Maybe what, 10 people you could really help along? That's not a business. That's a hobby, okay? Until you build it into a business, it's a hobby. And those hobbies are expensive. Now what happens? I'm telling people to come with us. We're gonna help you make money, and we can't. That's worse than not knowing what you were doing. So about 2.5 years ago, I said, I was thinking, I'm done with this. I can do much better off not losing money. I would do better not trying to build a business online. Not that I couldn't make money, I just couldn't bring anybody with me, so I refused. I didn't like it. I wouldn't do it because you're actually lying to people. So 2.5 years ago, I ran into Red Redford and Peter Rogers. I knew them from a business before. I asked them, what are they doing? Because they kind of disappeared from where we were. And they said, we're in this business. And I said, really? And I said, so I asked really important questions. They weren't that, to me, they shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it is in the online business world. I said, can anybody do it? Yes. Is there unlimited money? Yeah, unlimited. You can make whatever you want. Wow. Is there an ownership? No. Okay. Are the products that people in high demand, people want them now? Yes, by the billions. I'm in. I got in. I went back to Mike and Dan and said, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what I told them, but it was enough that they said, okay, we got to get in to find out. We got in, and boy, did we find out. The first month, we thought, this is unbelievable. So we started building the business. Second month, we learned more. Even up to days ago, you learn in this business. The nice thing about it, the surprises are better, not worse. It's not a surprise where you're going, oh, crap. You're going, wow, that's fantastic. I didn't know that. That's even better than what I thought. So I'm so happy to be here. We share it with everybody. And the reason we share it is, even if we didn't, our business is going to fly when it launches. It's going to fly. Because in this business, you don't have to share it. But if you do, it's a good thing for you, and it's a good thing for the person you're sharing, because it will change lives. Today, I'm going to turn it over to Mike Ellis, my business partner I've been working with for 10 years. And he's going to explain to you in about 25 minutes everything about this business, enough that you're going to go, oh my God, this is great, or you're going to want to know more. Or, my opinion, you might be dead already. So listen to what he's got to say. And if you have any questions at the end, you can ask him in the chat. We will answer them. Remember, this is a guest webinar. Guests are number one. Founders, we love you, but today not as much. Okay. So if you have any questions, make sure it's a guest question. And for all guests here, keep in mind, it's automated. You don't have to do anything. And at the end of all this, if you want a copy of this webinar, we will send it to your email and you can watch it at your convenience. No pressure, no nothing. Again, I'm going to turn it over to my friend, business partner, and ace at explaining this business A to Z, Mike Ellis. Mike, go for it.
Yeah, no, Marty, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you.
I'm not sure if Marty wants me to handle that.
Go for it, Susie.
I'll go for it.
Go for
Excellent.
it. You're better and prettier than Marty anyway.
Oh, stop, Mike. Mike, that was an excellent presentation. I loved hearing your presentation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly believe people listening today are going to catch just a little sliver, like I say, and jump on board. I'm not sure if Red would like to talk a little bit. Sometimes you do read about what happens once they sign up as a founder and all of that at the NDA and whatever. So go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I'll just run through a few things. Actually, Mike mentioned that once you've become a founder and you come in, The next out-of-pocket payment is when we launch. This is to activate your account, and it's going to be around about $250. Part of that activation process, okay, is that you then participate in it. Susie mentioned the NDA. Now, the NDA is when you sign up to be a founder. This is a non-disclosure agreement. This is to protect the company and you as a founder, to be honest. This shows exactly how serious this company is. It is a contract between us and the company that we will adhere to our side of the bargain, and they will adhere to their side of the bargain. And so it is a I don't know if it's a legally binding contract per se, but it is certainly a contract between us as founders and the company. Once you've signed this, you can then print it off and use it as well later on. I just want to touch on a couple of things before we hand it back over. And one of those is Mike's already mentioned about our CEO, Ash Mufareh, about how he wants to help us to generate wealth online and how he wants us to be successful. Now, we've just heard that Elon Musk has flown into space, not Elon Musk, sorry. Elon Musk has just flown up into space along with Amazon. That's it. Thank you very much.
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos. That's it, Mr. Bezos. And we all watched him go up there into space, and they're having a bit of a tap between who can get up there first, and Richard Branson's on board as well. These are all multi-billionaires, guys. And when Jeff Bezos came back down to earth, he very arrogantly said, I want to thank my customers and my employees for giving me the money to be able to do this. Now, one of the things I want to touch on is that Amazon's been going for around about 18 years now, but did you know that Amazon has produced 40,000 millionaires in that time period? We have a CEO and founder of OnPassive who wants us all to be wealthy online. He is putting something in place that will generate us wealth online. Just imagine in the years to come how many millionaires OnPassive will be producing. I would not be surprised that we will have 1 million millionaires out of OnPassive in the years to come. The last thing I'm going to touch base with you guys is your decisions today have an impact on yourselves, your family, and people around you in around about 2 years' time. Everything that happens to you now is probably things that you've done 2 years previously. We are giving you the opportunity to make a $97 decision to become part of OnPassive as a founder and partner of this amazing internet tech giant that is emerging right now. You have got the ability to get your foot in that door before we launch to the world. It's a bit like being a founder in Microsoft, a bit like being a founder in Apple, a bit like being a founder in Facebook, and many, many other tech giants that are out there. I would give my right hand to be a founder in any of these companies right now. I am so glad that I've found OnPassive. I'm so glad that I'm a founder. You still have this opportunity to partner us as a founder in OnPassive right now for that $97. Come on in, have a look, and if you are not satisfied, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. So you can even dip your toe in that water, have a look. If it's too cold for you, you can get back out again. Anyway, back over to you, Susie.
Okay. Thank you so much, Red. We always love hearing your insights. Yes, I'm the hero in my family, amongst my family and friends, because I found OnPassive and shared it with them. And we are all so excited about this. So before the next person speaks, I'm going to turn the chat back on. And the way we're going to handle the Q&A today is the Q&A is for our guest only. So if you would like to type a question in the chat, we will scroll through and hopefully we'll get to your questions. I just enabled the chat again. In the meantime, I'm not sure. We have some other people on the panel as we wait for questions. We have Charles Osung here today. Charles has a very long background in the information technology in the IT field. He understands OnPassive inside and out. And Charles, maybe if you just want to say a few words and as we wait for questions.
Yes, Susie, first of all, I want to thank all of you thank you for welcoming the guests. Thank Mike for such an amazing presentation as always. I thank Red for his contribution. Every time I hear you guys speak, I go back and open another account. That's why I have so many accounts, okay? Trust me, I do have a lot. I get motivated. And I know, and this is for our guests who are here today for the first time, and I know in your head, you're wondering, okay, is this one of those other businesses online that I tried and they just disappeared, evaporated, tried to log in and page cannot be accessed? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you might be wondering, because I hear that all the time, okay? And believe me, guys, been there, done that, I can tell you, when you take the experience level of all of us on this screen right now, should be well over 100 years of experience, right? So been there, done that. I've seen all of that. And one of the reasons that I decided to be part of OnPassive, or I want to say 3 main reasons, but one of them is going to address that issue, okay? 3 main reasons. Number 1, and Maddie has said that, Mike has said that, they've said that. But I just want to say it in another way. Maybe it will ring a bell, okay? With OnPassive, 3 reasons. When these companies fail or you fail, is one or more of these reasons. Number 1, with OnPassive, you do not have to recruit or sell to make money, right? A lot of us fail because as human beings, we simply don't know how to recruit. Less than 3% can recruit. So think about it. And that's why we fail, okay? But OnPassive has eliminated that problem. Number 2, you don't have to come out of pocket every month. Mike mentioned that, because when you are strapped for cash, that is the first thing that goes out the window. OnPassive has eliminated that. Okay, now we got all these companies came around 2016, 2017, 18, telling you, you don't have to recruit to make money, okay? You don't have to pay a monthly auto ship. Well, guess what? We all rushed into them, but they all failed. They failed, right? And when you go back and look at each and every one of them, they do not have that legitimate, viable product that Mike mentioned. That is why they failed, okay? But OnPassive has eliminated that. We have, not only are they legitimate and viable, they are digital. That means what? They are global in nature. You can be in anywhere in any part of this world. You will need it. So believe me, you're either going to be a founder today because of your timing and positioning, or you're going to wait and become a customer. You're not going to have a choice. So don't sit on the fence. Richard Branson, one of the guys, as Red said, he was the first of those billionaires to go to space. He's the founder of Virgin Galactic. He said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you don't understand it, say yes, and then learn to do it later. This is that amazing opportunity. You better jump on board, or I can assure you, you will regret later as a mere customer. Back to you, Susie.
Thank you, Charles. We always love to hear your inspiring and motivational words. Yes, because people will suffer FOMO, fear of missing out, FOMO. Now is the time. I opened the chat. I don't see much going on there. So if somebody who's here as a founder can just say yes in the chat, I want to make sure it's open correctly. I'm not sure. Marty, I did open it the way I think I'm supposed to open it. Oh, there we go.
Listen.
Boom. Yes. Well, though you guys are panel. Okay, great, great. So once again, before we have another panelist speak, today's Q&A is for our guests. If you have a question, you can type it in the chat. If not, that's okay. If you would like a copy of today's presentation, I put it in the chat. You just need to send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. And Marty will send you a link to today's presentation so you can re-listen and maybe digest things a little bit more. Also, if you want to look at the products of OnPassive, just go to onpassive.com. You'll see different products up there. There's a blog, and you can continue your learning process. Let's see, Andy, you were on earlier and you changed your shirt to match black, but Mike and Dan are in different colors, but that's okay. We still love you. So Andy, if you want to talk a little bit about why you joined OnPassive and give a little insight, that would be great.
You're going to have to shut me up, Susie. I love this system, particularly because I'm not techie. I haven't got a clue about how the products work. I love the fact that this is an automated system. It's made for people like me. So like a light bulb, you turn a light bulb on. I don't need to know how electricity works. I need to know that the light comes on and it goes off. This is exactly the same, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is OnPassive will go to work for us. They give us a domain name. They build us a website. They send specific targeted traffic to that website, and then they close the sale. And every sale forms part of our group, and we get paid a small commission for doing so. Mike has mentioned this before, but this is so simple. So everyone asks us, what are we going to make out of this? Well, we can't explain the compensation plan because it's proprietary, but let's make a few assumptions here, and let's give you an indication. And that's all I'm going to do. And this is purely based on assumptions. So we get put into a rotator. And if each rotation gives you 3 customers, and that rotation takes 3 months, you'll have 4 rotations in a year. So if you start with you and no one else, that's you, then the first rotation gives you 3 more, that's 4. Okay, next one, 4 times 3 plus 12 plus your 4, 16, and so on. So it's 64, 256. At the end of that first year, your monthly income, and again, this is being conservative here, may well be or could be around $2,000 a month. Who couldn't do with $2,000 a month extra? Okay, so now, like me, I'm not a recruiter, and some of these guys work very well with recruiting others, but me, I'm a little bit slow on the uptake here. But I have shared this opportunity with others by bringing them along to a presentation such as this, and many people have come on because of listening to something like this. So let's say, for argument's sake, that you have 9 and 10 including you. If you then do those 4 rotations, at the end of the first year, you don't have 256, you have 2,560. So if I work on the same basis that 256 is worth $2,000 a month, at the end of the first year, if you shared this with 9 others, it's 2,560 in your group. That's 20,000 a month. Who in their right mind doesn't want 20,000 a month? I hope that helps.
You've got everybody's mind spinning. Mike, did you want to add to that?
I do. Andy, the numbers are absolutely awesome, and you're spot on. What people need to understand is it's just not bringing in founders or independent resellers. These are customers too. We get the same benefits from customers. So whatever you're doing those numbers with, they work, and they work really, really well. And what Andy just talked about, very, very conservative, guys. Understand that. Very, very conservative. So we're just in a really, really good place. That's it, Susie.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, when you were talking, Andy, about being techie or not, I have a 90-year-old mother and a 94-year-old dad who are founders. And they're excited because they see my enthusiasm. They don't know all the ins and outs, but they are excited. That's what I love about this business, that I'm able to bring on people who really, understand it, have been online and get all that. And I've also brought in family and friends who just kind of put a few of the pieces together and they're like, oh my God, this sounds too good to be true. And I say, well, it is good and it is true. And they've jumped on board. That's what makes it so great. Once again, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, but would like to hear from Dan Street, who looks like he's on a golf course today. Dan, if you'd like to share a little bit of your thoughts with us.
Well, Susie, I think everything has been covered, but I would like to tell everybody just to keep in mind a couple of things, that this technology that we're talking about, that we all believe so strong in, it's proprietary. It's never been seen before. It's built from scratch. And this entire portfolio of products are products that people are using right now, okay? But they're using them at an inflated price. Okay, and if you can get, like Mike was saying, 50 products that can come aboard, and you're paying a one-time fee, a monthly fee, a very low fee for superior products, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Especially when this company follows up, it's the AI technology that follows up on all your customers. They sell it for you, they follow up for you, they close the sale for you, they do everything for you. Yeah, like Charles was saying, it's automated. Mike's saying it's automated. Everything's automated for you. So it's, other than that, the targeted traffic is a big key. Keep that in mind. I mean, this is a company that's driving traffic to your site and creating a business for you. So those are the key things that I like to continually bring up that are just mind-boggling. And every single person here has a total belief in this. And we've got people worldwide that, almost 800,000 founders that are going to become customers that believe strongly in this. And it's going to go viral. Like Mike said, it will go viral. And hold on to your buckle up, everybody, because it's going to be incredible. So it's worth $97 in my opinion.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dan. Always good to hear from you. We do have one question. I'm not sure if it's clear to me. It's Atul Joseph says, how did pay the money? So how do we pay the money? Well, we can tell you how it works to become a founder. And then once you pay your package when we launch, as far as how do we get paid through commissions, that you can learn more about, once you're on board, and we can go into more detail. Would someone like to just kind of do a brief overview of going in and what ways they can pay online to become a founder?
Yeah, I'll do it since I didn't do anything else. You'll get a registration link. You'll put in your name, your email, your phone number. It'll take you to, then you'll get a verification link to your email. You verify the account, and then you'll go to the account again and you'll sign in and you will pay. And there they give you options of Cash App, which I'm not sure how long that's going to be there, but it's there now. Cryptocurrency, I believe Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And you can also pay by debit card or credit card. I recommend debit or credit because it's quick, real quick, like now. Then you put the information and click it, and you're in. You're a founder. So it's that simple.
Okay, thank you, Marty. Yes,
I'll give him one job.
Yeah, one job. Yeah, well, he spoke a little bit too. The thing about the debit and credit is the quickest and the best way to pay, but keep in mind it's $97, and when you use debit and credit, there's an administration fee of $5. So we do know some people around the globe with credit cards and debit cards. A lot of times people get gift cards to use those, like a Visa gift card. Just make sure it has at least $102 on it when you go to pay, but that's what we recommend. I don't see any questions. Mike, you did such a fabulous job. Just to remind everybody, if you want a copy of this, send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. And also, if you become a founding member, we have a presentation like this every Tuesday at this time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, where you can invite your friends and family to come hear it so that you don't have to feel that you have to explain everything. And then once you become a founder and you get plugged in, you sign your NDA, you have access to the back office, you'll be able to hear private recorded webinars. You'll be part of any of the products coming out. I mean, there's just so much more once you jump on as a founder. And every week we have a weekly Q&A on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So there's plenty of support. That's what I love about it, because you can be passive or you can be engaged. But like Dan was saying, the best part is when we do launch, all of the products, the customers, everything's going to be taken care of by the company. And we are all going to do very, very well with this company. And we know that you're now going to jump on board with us and become a proud founder like the rest of us. So I don't know if Charles or Marty wants to end the webinar. I think that's it for questions today.
Yeah, I think we're done. There's nothing else.
I think there's a question, Charles. Sorry, there's
Okay,
a question that was missed.
Okay.
There's a question that's saying, are customers of OnPassive still going to get 7 days free trial? If so, will it be during soft launch or hard launch? And it's a new person. It's not somebody who, it's not a founder.
Well, I don't think it's a new person, because I don't think anybody anybody mentioned 7-day free trial in this presentation.
Okay.
So it must be a founder.
Okay.
So we just ignored it because we had a founders only meeting yesterday for what, 5 hours? Okay. So founders, please come to founders only meeting and ask your founder type questions. So we ignored it intentionally, Ethel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
But thank you, Ethel, for being on the lookout. We appreciate that for sure.
All right, guys. I think it was a great presentation. Mike covered everything, and we do appreciate our founders. You guys are getting really better at not asking founder only or founder type questions. We really appreciate that. So if you're a guest, welcome on board. Hopefully you sign up, and once you sign up, tons of information for you. You've got 30 days. If you don't like what you see, what you hear, you can get your money back. But you will be loaded with info in your back office, and also have access to all the leadership council members and every other leader in the company to ask questions, right? So enjoy the rest of your week. See you again on Saturday.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.